The ethical issues surrounding the development and use of AI are more widespread and frankly more concerning than I think most people realize. Because despite attention grabbing headlines like XAI's Grok declaring itself Mecha Hitler, which is really just a repeat of Microsoft Tay from 9 years ago, the real dangers posed by AI are more fundamental but much more banal. AI systems far too often show evidence of gender or racial bias. Amazon scrapped a resume screening AI after it was found to systematically give lower rankings to female candidates compared to male ones. AIs used in the mortgage approval process were found to deny mortgages to 80% of black applicants. And racial prejudice and bias is observed in AIs used in the justice system for sentencing and parole. And this may be surprising because computers operate on cold, hard numbers and they don't experience human emotions or prejudice. So often there's an expectation that these systems would be more objective and more fair, but that is obviously not the case. And it's worth noting that none of these AIs were explicitly told someone's gender or race, but they were supplied with information from which they could infer it. A candidate's job title or responsibilities can reflect industry-wide gender biases, and zip code is highly correlated with race due to historic redlining practices. But regardless of how the AI learned this information, the root cause is that if your AI is learning from human outputs, whether they be writings, drawings, or even just yes-no decisions, those human outputs encode human bias. And the machine learning algorithms that power AI are amazing at identifying and sometimes amplifying even subtle patterns. An article that I think about a lot and show my students is How to Make a Racist AI Without Really Trying by Robin Speer. In it, they show that a series of very simple, reasonable decisions can result in an AI that systematically rates things described as Mexican as more negative than things that are described as Italian. And this doesn't even use a dataset pulled from Reddit or X where bias would be expected, but rather data pulled from news articles which are supposed to be neutral. There are ways to detect and mitigate this type of bias, but that requires you to know that this is a thing that can happen. And even if you know it can happen, it requires you to be in an organization that sees the value in doing this such that they give you the proper resources and support. And far too often, tech companies just don't see that value. And that's the problem.